What's up, Ecamm fam? So today I came armed with bullet points so I could do this a little bit better today. Um, so I want to go over a couple things real quick again, kind of redo this. So the cameras I use are Blackmagic Design Pocket Cinema 4Ks. I have 3 of them. And then I run my Rode Pod mics into a Fed head directly into the camera's inputs. They have mini XLR. The reason I do that is to eliminate sync issues. Even though everything's pretty much on time code around here, running directly in there, I just push one button on the ATEM Mini Pro Extreme ISO, and it records ISO files in there. It also records directly to the cameras, because as we all know that the ATEM Mini only records 1080p. So I can use those as proxy files, and then after I'm done editing that, which I should have very little editing to do, I can load all my camera angles, which Ecamm will come into play here in a second on this. So anyway, I covered the ATEM Mini Pro Extreme ISO. Running alongside the ATEM Mini Pro ISO, Extreme ISO, my bad, is this program called Mix Effect Pro. So what this does is it connects to the ATEM Mini, and there's a lot of cool things that it will do. I will demonstrate some right now. So instead of audio follow video, you can actually do video follow audio. So right now, and this takes a lot of tweaking, but if when you get it set properly, and how I want it to run is like, okay, so I'm talking right now, it's above a certain threshold, so the camera has switched to my angle. So my camera, which is labeled camera 2. And then if we quit talking, if I have a guest in here and we quit talking for a second, or if this is something I messed up on how I was saying it, if we're both talking at the same time, it'll actually switch to the main camera. It won't I said it would put both of us on, and that might have confused some people, like maybe it puts both cameras on. It doesn't do that. It'll just switch to the main camera, which if I'm quiet right now, it'll also just switch to that. So I'll show you that right now. And so right there, now it's going to switch back to me since I'm talking. But when I'm quiet, I'll point at it because I have a program monitor up there that I can see when it switches frames. Same goes for if I come over here and start talking into this mic and it goes above a certain threshold, it'll switch to this camera angle. And why I really like all this system, Blackmagic Design and Ecamm Live, the reason those two are so powerful together, I have tally lights. So when that comes from the ATEM Mini Pro, but when this camera comes on, I can see a tally light, and I know this camera's on air if I'm a guest, and because the program feed is kind of behind them. I mean, someday I might add another one right here in the middle. That's when it will come time when I can use Ecamm Live to put comments that we can read, and we can read them right there. That way it's, we can switch to a wide angle or the main camera, and we can both read the comments together. Come back to my chair. So there it goes. Now it switched back to me. And the other thing, so that's a little demonstration of Mix Effect Pro. Ecamm Live. So Ecamm Live, this kind of goes in with a couple other things that I have running on my system. I have a Sona Echo Express SE3, and in that I have the Blackmagic Design Decklink Quad HDMI 4K. So that's the one with 4 HDMI inputs. And then I also have in it Blackmagic Design Decklink Intensity Pro 4K. And what that one is it's a one HDMI in, one HDMI out, and you can't configure those. That's just how it is. It also has a breakout port so you can run RCA stuff into it, which is really cool if you have old home videos. That's a different story. You can upload them to your computer, right? On mini DV cams. So I think that's pretty much a quick rundown of the gear I have and how it runs. But Ecamm Live, why I like that is so you know how Ecamm Live, they were nice enough to add, because I kept bugging about feature requests for the Decklink cards. Well, you can output over Decklink, its own program feed over the Decklink cards. So I run one of those out into the switcher, and I can, if I'm running just a guest to record an episode, because live streaming, I plan on doing that more on my own. Something I can run on a setup back over there. When I live stream by myself, it'll be one camera kind of deal over back there. Oh, my Kansas allergies are horrible right now. Anyway, so what I like to use Ecamm for is to program output over that Decklink card, the one in, one out, into the switcher. And right now I have it set to, my logo up there on that TV. But what I would do is set it to switch to output 4, run output 4 out of output 2, because the Extreme ISO has 2 HDMI outs. One, I have my monitor, shows me everything that's going on, making sure all the cameras are recording, the program's recording. And what that'll actually do is record. So what that'll actually do, running that Ecamm feed out of there into the mixer, will give me the ISO file for it also, that I can just pop right in my workflow and, be able to do it that way. But when I go to like a shot, because that's something tricky. No, actually, it'll work the same way. So like, say I quit talking, somebody starts talking over there, the camera switches to them. It'll do the same thing. When I have that on an input, if it goes above a certain threshold, the camera angle will switch to them, like what you see of them, not from that shot to there. It'll show their actual camera angle, how you would see them if you soloed them on Ecamm Live. So it'll do the same thing. When I start talking, it'll switch to my camera angle, and then I can go in there. Then that's where I'll have to do some editing. So if I'm talking, I want to talk to this camera and still have them up here on the TV in the background, I can do that. But that's something I'm going to have to go in there and tweak and edit myself, because that's hard to do with this. But the Mix Effect Pro helps a ton. That's a lot of editing saved. And then as far as that goes, I mean, you can run, there's so many different options you can do with Ecamm Live into this. So it's awesome. That's really all I have. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer my best. My allergies are kicking my butt right now. But appreciate you guys. Appreciate Ken and Glenn, the whole Ecamm team. It's amazing. Love it. So thank you very much.